Tip of this tutorial is to guide you on how to master data cleaning in Excel. So when you look at your data, you first have to make sure that you understand the type of data you have and what you should expect to see. So on each heading here, you can already see this is name, age, gender, occupation, and income. So we're looking at income. So from the onset, you can already see that there's differences here. So some of them are currency, some of them are written in numeric and not necessarily currency. So you would see a variety of things. Like here in age, you can see some of them are on the right, some of them are on the left. Then when you click on it, it will have this pop up, or you'll see that green triangle there on top. So you would then, be confused to think what's happening to your data, or how can you change this data quickly to be able to align all your data points. So also when you look at your name, you would be seeing some the names here. You would be seeing some inconsistencies. There's also gaps over here within the data. So in order for you to analyze your data, you need to make sure it's clean. So let's look through variety of cleaning tasks that one can do in order to clean their data. So here we would probably first have to look if are there duplicates in the data, and how do we quickly check for duplicates in the data using Excel. So when you go back to the data, you first have to think which column would have unique variables or unique fields. So could it be the name? So yes, name would be the first go-to place in order to check if something is a duplicate, because on this type of data, different people can have the same age, they could have the same gender, they could have the same occupation, or and the same amount, but then they wouldn't necessarily have the same name and same everything. So once you first pick the name, you can then also try and link the other columns and see if it's really duplicates. So what you want to do here, so depending on how big your data is, if it's not that big, you would have to highlight over here, and then you go and click conditional formatting, and go to highlight cell rules. Then here you will go to duplicate values. So if you click there, you already see it's highlighting so with red. So you can just say okay, or you can go back and then you can press shift control downward arrow. Okay, because we have gaps, we can just continue to go down with the downward arrow, and then we do the same, go to highlight cell rules and highlight duplicates and say okay. So from here we can already see here these seem like duplicates because it's a number, here it's 70,000, and here. So what we'll do, we would then delete one. So if you just highlight here on the left and right click, and then you press delete, and then we would delete so that we no longer have duplicates. So the next thing we'd like to look at is correcting capitalization. So that will necessarily happen on the names. So what we want to do, we just want to come to an empty column here so that we can just work out our different um, our different rows, and then we would then copy and paste whatever. So because we have gaps here, I think let's first tackle the gaps. And I think here we also had removing blank rows. So if we had blank rows, you click there and then you press delete. And you can also click here and then you press delete. So now we'll go to trying and fixing these inconsistencies, because some names have small letters, so some surnames and caps. And here you can see here the last two letters are one is in capital letter, and then there's just a bit of inconsistency. So what we want to do, we want to go and type equals, then go proper. When you click on proper, you click on that cell that references the name, and you close the bracket. And from here, you can drag down. So what you see from here, it will fix all the capitalizations within these names. So what you want to do is just copy, and then here you just want to right click and paste. Yeah, maybe not paste, so you just paste as values, and then you then get your names fixed as capitalization. So that's done in terms of capitalizations. And then the next thing that you want to look at is removing special characters. So with removing special characters, um, you want to look at like things like dashes, and then try and remove those from your data so that it's clean. So what you want to do, you want to just delete that. So if you can see here, there's someone that says Alice John, then the rest, it's okay. So what you would do is you would say, you would go to your data and press equals, or you go where you want to go and say equal substitute, and then you highlight the cell that you want, then you press a comma, and then what do you want to substitute? So we want to substitute the dash. So you will want to say open inverted commas and close. So that's what we want to substitute. Then we want to close here. So here you're saying go to this text and look for this special character. And when you find the special character, return this. So we're going to say return blank. But here, when we don't have a space, let's try it. It will then combine the name. So what you want to do, you want to come to those inverted commas and open a space so that you have a space. And then here you have the name. You can copy that and right click and paste. And then now you have your name correct. Then you want to delete that. And then another thing that you want to look at is if you have extra spaces within your data. So here you want to just make sure there's no like extra spaces, everything is in line. So when you just look at your data, you can see here there's a name here with like extra space. So what you want to do is you want to press equal, and then you want to say trim, press that, close. As you can see here, now the extra space has been removed. So if you had more of these, you could like just copy that and then drag it down, and then it will fix all the extra spaces. So just to make sure, you could just paste on top of that and make sure everything is in order. The next thing we want to look at is we want to look at this. We want to look at correcting numerical formats. So from here, there's numerical formats. As you can see over here, some of these are facing on the right, some of them on the left. When you click on them, there's it's showing like an alert over here. So what you want to do is to say equals, or you can just highlight on these and say change to number. But as you can see, some of them won't. So what you'd want to do is, if you can isolate these and you are able to select them at once, you can either click here and say convert to number, or if you have a lot of them, you can just say equals number value and then click on this, and you can just drag down, and then you'll make sure everything is a number. Or if you don't want to drag down, if you have a long list, you come here, double click there, it will take it to the end. Then copy and paste as values. And now you have your numbers. The next thing we want to look at is the income. As you can see, not everything has a currency. So in order to have a currency, you would have to click on the cell and then press here and then go to the currency that you want. But if you have a long list, what you want to do, you want to hover here, then you can just press and open this and say give me the dollar, and then now everything else will be in place. So that's how you would master data cleaning using Excel. But you would have more if, let's say, it depends on the type of data that you have. So there might be more tasks that you'd need to do. So there we go.